Adam, our friends over at Cellhound have outdone themselves. They're giving the DeathPiles and Taxes listeners an opportunity of a lifetime.
They're going to help us make some money, get rid of that death pile, get your items listed because you can't sell out of an empty wagon.
Man, sell all that you got, kill that death pile. When you go over to Cellhound, use promo code, capital letters, DeathPiles25 to save 25% off of their service.
And get out there and start making some money.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Welcome. Death piles and taxes time. Best time of the week. Getting your fix it for how to make money online.
Ahoy, mateys, and welcome aboard the pirate ship.
You're not starting that pirate stuff, are you?
Got to. Our listeners, man, they're the eBay pirates. They're out there making it happen. We're finding the stuff. We're not letting anything slow us down, and we're making the money.
Apparently people are, the lines to donate are apparently 11 cars deep. That's the info we just got.
We got rumors coming in. People telling us how long it is to, how many car lengths it is to donate at the local savers. So
And apparently that guy, he wasn't donating. He was receiving.
well, that's the thing. I said, what do you got? I'll save you some time in line. And I came back, I'm buying. I'm not selling.
Good time to buy. High supply. Oh. Diet cherry soda.
We
Right there.
got to do it early. Spicy cherry soda.
I love coming in because if we do it right, timing's good. Coming with a lot of energy. We had our sushi. We've got some dill cucumber dip.
Cucumbers, Adam. Those are cucumbers.
Good time had by all.
It's a party over here. Me and Adam hung out a little bit this weekend, which isn't something that we usually do, but it was good to see you. Good to see your family and my family. We hung out in the church parking lot and watched some fireworks.
If you ever get the chance, the best part about Utah, there's so many good things about this place, but they double dip on the fireworks.
We have our own state holiday.
So I grew up in Nevada. Like I said, we really didn't have a lot of fireworks there anyway, especially where I grew up because it was, the middle of the desert and you could buy them legally, so you were doing fireworks all year round. But here in Utah, you get that special double dip. You get the 4th of July and the 24th of July to celebrate the country and the statehood.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Any of our listeners, next year, Lord willing, we're out of this pandemic and able to congregate together and fellowship as friends and face to face. Next year, I'm saying let's have a Death Piles and Taxes firework fiesta in the church parking lot. Maybe we bring some hot dogs. I don't know. But let's have the listeners, let's have anyone who's interested and wants to see what I call, bar none, the best fireworks show in the nation per capita, I'll throw out there. This town that we go to has how many people in the town, maybe, Adam?
Maybe 1,000.
Maybe 1,000. They have a firework display that would put Disneyland to shame.
Absolutely.
That would put, I've been up to Salt Lake fireworks. I've been to stadium shows.
Days of 47
I used to be known as a firework connoisseur, expert. Before this show, I was going to have a fireworks show podcast.
Yes.
Or allegedly could have.
Except it burned down.
I wasn't an expert in the field. Not to get too into it because it has nothing to do with eBay and reselling, but if you want to see a fireworks display, and if you think per capita, better than New York City.
Oh, absolutely.
Better than probably even Hong Kong, China. I'll throw it out there.
They do some amazing fireworks down in Mona, Utah. It was a good time. We always appreciate it. It's a surefire way to just feel good.
It's just a good night. It's good weather. So next year, I'm going to throw it out there. I'll probably forget. Somebody remind me. But if you want to make it...
Wait, don't. Last time you said let's get together again, minor league baseball got canceled.
Hey, they asked me to throw out the first pitch. The Bees did, but the Owls. The Owls, but they canceled the season, so I can't do that.
And not only did they cancel the season, I think that they're done. I don't think they're ever coming back.
Oh, maybe we should put together a little team, a little sandlot, if you will. We can get some local guys out there and.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
I'd say I'm all-time catcher, but I don't think the old knees will do it. So
no, not anymore. So there you go.
Maybe all-time first base coach.
That was our good time had by all. We had a good chat. Mr. Denny Evie, he was there, pitching the what he always does. He's always got some good information. We still need to get him on for either a Father's Day wise moment or some sort of an mini Evie Fest on air.
Yeah, well, we'll have to bring him in studio. I think he'd enjoy it. He was wearing the shirt. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, of course I noticed. He was wearing proud and loud the DeathPiles and Taxes t-shirt.
So, Adam, I failed our listeners and everybody. We're an eBay podcast. I had a question come up, and I thought, we have not addressed that on the podcast. What kind of a show do we even have?
Okay, we have a fun, enjoyable show about selling items not only on eBay but online, learning how to source through Facebook marketplaces, through your own sort of death pile you have at your house, even if you've never sold anything before, through family, friends. That's what we do.
It's kind of what we do. Have you ever heard of eBay Bucks?
eBay Bucks.
eBay Bucks.
I have never heard of. Well, is that like selling vermin on the internet?
This is where I have failed.
Vermin, right? Like bucks.
Bucks, or well, some people, I don't know, they call it vermin,
Okay.
but no, not those.
Okay.
So eBay has this program, and what it is when you buy things, I think you have to sign up for it. Maybe it auto-enrolls you. eBay's kind of weird on the things that they do, so I don't know if I ever auto-enrolled or whatever, but if you're purchasing things on eBay like we do, eBay will give you a percentage of what you're buying back to you in eBay Bucks. Now, you remember The Office, right?
I've got office paper sitting back there on the shelf.
You remember a Shroot Buck?
I do remember Shoot Buck.
The eBay Buck and a Shroot Buck's kind of similar in the fact that if you shop on eBay, they will give you back eBay Bucks. I don't remember what Shroot Bucks, how those work, but
You got beats. They gave you beats if you got Shoot Bucks.
nobody likes beets, man.
No.
Tastes like dirt. So, basically, I had somebody talking to me or whatever, and they were buying some stuff, and I said, why don't you use your eBay Bucks to cover some of the costs? Maybe it was taxes or something. It might have even been so when you get the quarterly coupon, a lot of times they'll give you, depending on your store level, $50, $25, I think $100, but you want to spend a little bit over that so that you can use your whole coupon because it doesn't carry over. So if it's like $51, $52, you use the coupon and then you have to pay the extra $2. But if you have eBay Bucks, it's like a gift card that stays on eBay if you've been purchasing on eBay. So depending on how much you've bought, what you've bought, sometimes they have specials of, if you buy John Deere tractor green paint, you get 2 times your eBay Bucks this quarter or this day.
So it sounds like a reward kind of credit card.
Kind of reward system. I don't think a lot of people know about it. I don't think a lot of people use it. But if you're buying, selling, and using eBay, it's just free money out there for you that I have not brought up in dang near 100 episodes.
I just spent a good chunk of change in eBay over the last week and a half, and I could have used that knowledge.
You might have some eBay buck credits that we don't even know about.
Well, I won't get into too detail, but sourcing right now, there's a lot of good things, and I am going to pull up one thing. Yeah, have you heard of this guy named Dr. Fauci?
I have.
This Dr. Fauci, he's the guy that is all over the news, or was at least, telling us what's good, what's bad, how the pandemic's going to hurt us all. So anyways, for some one-off reason, sports is starting to come back, and he had the opportunity to throw out the first pitch at a ball game.
Yes.
And apparently they've already made a baseball card of this guy because
They have.
he blew it. He blew it. That was there's some things I'd like to say, but I can't say them because we now call it the Washington Football Club.
Which I called last week, and you were making all fun of me, and then they officially changed the name after listening to this podcast to what Derek said. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, well, I believe somebody who doesn't have the ability to see could have made a better throw to home plate than Dr. Fauci.
Oh, you're saying like Stevie? Little Stevie Wonder?
Or Helen Keller.
Well, she ain't with us no more.
I know.
You gotta pick people that are alive at least, Adam.
I think Helen Keller was just deaf. I think she could see.
Oh, she was deaf and blind.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm still saying she could have threw a better pitch out than Dr. Fauci. But apparently this guy got a baseball card made of himself. There was something that happened on the internet. And 2 days before the pitch, you could have got this card for like nothing. Some kind of, I don't know how they did it or they photoshopped it. But like it blew up, like it went up through like 2.
It was one of those, kind of like how we're doing the Project 2020 with tops, where they're printing on demand for a limited time. It was one of these tops now, and they did like I saw the production run. It was somewhere. It was close to, I think. I don't want to throw out numbers now because it was either 500,000 or 50,000, which is a big difference.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of cards. But
that's like what's in your account, 500,000, my account 50,000. That's kind of
something like that. You're a little dyslexic, but yeah, I mean that's one of those things that's it's timely. It's in the news, and this is where I say if you get into politics or all that, you kind of limit yourself. Whether you like Dr. Fauci, you don't, whatever. If you can buy his card and you can flip it and sell it for money, does it really matter?
And I think that's kind of what we're trying to get at is if you want to hit that hot thing, and it's really difficult because it's like what Derek said is hot things, a concert, something with a deadline, you may hit it, you may not hit it, you might get what you're looking for, but be on the lookout for those things that are hot in the news. I mean, I went right on as soon as we talk about this cancel culture, we're all becoming woke. We couldn't have Aunt Jemima syrup anymore. That was the first thing I looked on there and didn't really do much. I mean, apparently that wasn't like the thing.
It wasn't the hot item. It wasn't what the kids were after.
It was not what the kids are after, but I sure bought that syrup and I still like it.
Well, that's the thing is, so I used to do Bolos weekly or try to do that. It's getting to be so fast that I put out a Bolo, and by the time I'm editing and putting it up, it's gone. So it does the listeners no good
Yeah.
for me to say, hey, this was hot and popular a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago even.
Those flaming hot Cheetos, depends on the Cheeto balls, they might be hot and they might be cold the next week.
I mean, I hate it when I have hot or cold Cheeto balls, which I have recently got some returned to me because somebody bought them for $7 a bag and they thought they were getting a big bag of Cheetos.
They only got the little.
They got the one, and I'm like, this is what you got. And so I had to take a return on that, but
Wow.
it's all right. We sold a lot more than I took back.
Read the description.
Also, I was selling some Care Bears last Christmas. Do you remember when we were in San Jose? My wife wanted to know why the porch was piled high with boxes.
I do remember because you had Care Bears up the wazoo.
I'm down to one. I sold one to Australia earlier this week, and I sold one to Canada yesterday.
So we're just going to reopen that window again. Derek, how did you find this large quantity of Care Bears, and then how did you come to the point of deciding how many to order, and then how many did you sell? That's what the people are looking for. We want tidbits, bits and bolts.
Full disclosure. Here's full disclosure.
Oh boy.
Our buddy Michael Benjamin Painter, who's been a member of the Husky section, I call him third member of the show. He comes in the studio from time to time. He's the one that clued me into it. So he's Mr. Black Friday. Him and his family will go out, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or what is it?
Day after
Thanksgiving, and they'll go out all night long. They'll do marathons, and they look at the ads. They figure out the thing. Well, Target had these. They were I think it was 40th anniversary or something. Some Care Bear special bear, and he found this, and they were $9. It might have even been $8.99.
That's a pretty good price.
That's a pretty good price, and people collect Care Bears. These are full-size bears, not your little Beanie Baby-looking bears. So apparently he bought a few, and he sold them right around for, I think it was around $40, if I remember right.
Okay.
And so somewhere in the mix of that, he decided to clue me in after he made his money, got the ones around here, which I don't blame him. That's what I do.
Yeah, I was telling you guys after.
Yeah, like you go and clear house, I'll drive, a couple 100 miles radius before I start talking about some things. And so they were able to be purchased online. And online they had a few different characters that weren't available in the store or something like that. So I think I went pretty conservative. I think I went 5 bears, 5 each bear, something like that. There's probably 5 or 6 bears.
Did they not have a limit to what you could buy online?
I don't think so.
Wow.
But I didn't know they were going to ship them all in individual boxes. So my front porch looked like Amazon warehouse. And this is when we were in San Jose for that great trip that we had that turned out to be not the best football game we ever watched.
Hey, we had oranges in the backyard.
Well, it was a wonderful
Chinese
time.
food, like legit, and
But I had my wife call me and be like, "Why is there 40 boxes or whatever?
what did you buy?
What these Target boxes? What are these doing?" I said, "I'll just bring them into the kitchen. I'll deal with those when I get home." I thought it was going to be like maybe 2 or 3 pretty big boxes.
No.
But they did sell rather fast. There wasn't a whole lot that was going this last holiday season. There wasn't a whole lot of hit items, at least not that I found. But this was one that turned into, $8 a bear. I was selling for right around $40 for a while. I think I probably dropped my price down to $29, and now I'm down to one bear.
So how many do you think you got?
Oh, 6 times 5, what do we got there?
30, they're called 30 bears.
Let's go 30, 35, somewhere in there.
So just to kind of do the math on that, that's what I always try to do is, all right, at what point does this become profitable, or does this become worth your while? That's kind of what we look at. So if we're just to take, say we did 30 times 4, it's about $1,200 on Care Bears. Then yes, you have to minus out your costs, your shipping, that kind of thing. But the reality is, you probably made about $700 on Care Bears.
And really all I did is I went online, I ordered them, they shipped them to me, I repackaged them basically in what they came in, added in, I didn't do free shipping because it was holidays and it wasn't a whole lot of demand for anything else, so these were actually going well.
Yeah.
So it was easy.
Yeah, minus your fees, your stuff. You probably made about $700 to $800 on Care Bears.
I'm not sure what Mr. Painter ended up with. I know he was doing kind of the same
I
thing.
guarantee it wasn't as much as you did.
I don't know. He's kind of shifty like that. He'll get you.
And apparently there is a special bonus whatever night club that you get to in eBay that you get personal invitations to join some kind of
there's
group.
There's an exclusive club. Check your inboxes if you're out there.
I didn't get it because I checked my
Oh, I got it. Jimmy Cheapy Pants
Wow.
clued us up. I hadn't seen it, but there's a basically what did they word it as though?
like an exclusive club that I didn't get invited to.
It's a real cool club on the other side of town.
I don't know. I mean, there's so many tidbits to eBay that we don't even know about. And I mean, Derek, he's on there daily. Like I said, I'm on there. I've been doing a lot of buying.
Here's the problem with eBay. Now I love them. I make money off them, but here's the problem: is there's so many parts that the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
I deal with the government on a daily basis.
So I think with eBay, there's a lot, even going to the eBay bucks, there's somebody that's over a promotions team, then there's the selling team, then there's the buying team, and then they break them down to each individual, what they're over. Then there's the people that are over the big box stores selling on there. And then
I'm already confused.
yeah, so I think there's a lot of people, I don't know that the communication's that great. We know that if you make them mad, they will sell and feed old pigs in the mail to you.
That's
but
the only good communication they have.
even that, they got exposed.
Oh
so.
boy. Go back
Uh,
and check an old episode. Little disgruntled employees, don't talk bad about them or they will be sending nasty things to your house.
opportunity to become a member of the eBay Council. I got this on Thursday.
eBay Council, huh?
eBay would like to invite you to become a member of the eBay Council so that you can share your opinion on a variety of topics. Dink, what was that?
That was my microphone, just trying to make it all
Nope.
sound better.
So this is basically you take surveys on topics from time to time and designs. The ability to, deals that buyers will get, the ease of buying on eBay, how eBay can better meet the needs of your buyer. Click here to join. So I better do that so I have stuff to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah, I wish you would. I wish you would have told me about eBay bucks before I spent all my money on cards last week.
Well, you probably have some. You haven't cashed them out.
Well, that'd be
You can probably get your wife.
know.
You can get your wife something real nice.
Real nice, huh? Well, what I do know is getting into that sourcing. I mean, we've been talking about different unique ways to, find your honey holes, and that's kind of what I've been trying to do. Is again, I like cards, and I don't have the ability to go to thrift shops right now. Yard sales there's still quite a few, but they're kind of hit and miss, and I don't know enough about. That's what I learned over the first years. I don't know enough about things to be able to make money. I've got a death pile in there. I've got some interesting stuff, but it's not really worth a lot of money to a lot of people.
You need to implement your sell hound and get that cleared.
I do need to start doing that sell on those shirts, but I found something that I like, and I found something that I know, and that we can make money, and that I know we can really have a good Christmas like these bears and some expectations. So that's what I've been doing a lot of, and I found a lot of auctions. Apparently, there's nothing like the thrill of winning an auction. If you have not tried to get on the eBay and find an item that you want and do that auction, I mean, there's nothing better than saying, the guy wanted 40 and I gave him 20.
I won.
I won. And that's kind of what I've been doing a lot with these different cards, and same thing with making offers. I mean, some of you have a card listed, and I'm going to give a pretty specific example. I sent this to our friend Valerie, the guy that kind of asked me a couple of questions last week about cards and some examples. I was able to find some Vince Carter rookie cards. Now, those of you who don't know, that he's been in the NBA for eons, since Derek was in high school, which is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Back when he was a slight member of the Husky section and he was fully haired on the top. That's how long the man was in the league. So, this guy, he retired finally, and I was able to find online these graded...
Finally, like Adam's been waiting with a countdown clock so that he can buy this rookie card. He's finally retired.
I've been doing a lot of research, and anyways, this card, I saw it on Facebook Marketplace. I spent a lot of time there just kind of researching, looking, and this one guy that I follow who's here locally, he sells cards, and he had one that he was listed for $550. I'm like, holy cow, that's a lot of money for this one card. So I decided to go on eBay and look and find if I can find the raw cards. And I was able to find one. It wasn't a gold card, but it was still a base card. And I was able to find 6 of them for $36, and I offered the guy $28 on the spot, and he took it within 10 minutes. Well, he came back and said $33, and I went, no, $28. No, you're not getting it. So anyway, I got it. I have those cards.
Adam's that buyer that we all hate. We send a reasonable offer, and he comes back at us hard, and then we buckle and we take the money.
You don't like it, go somewhere else.
Take somebody else's money.
That's what I'll do. But anyways, that card now, I'm going to send it in, get graded. Like I said, my cost is about $6, $7.
Now, was this guy that's on the marketplace, was his graded, or is he just asking? Okay, all
His
right.
was graded. But like I said, I can now take these cards that I paid about $7, put $12, $13 into grading, so I'm into the card, $23 or something. That same exact card, same exact one right now, just sold for $200 for one card. And I know that those cards are, they're not in a high demand right now. They're getting a higher demand, but when you get players like that, it's buying the stock market. And it's something I've really, really enjoyed, and I just feel good about it because I'm finding these options, and I'm not spending a lot of money that can make me a future earnings on some of my feedback. I'm not spending thousands of dollars to learn this hobby anymore.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, like we say, fill the wagon. You don't expect everything to go overnight. I think anyone out there buying and selling, I would love to go buy something for $12 and be able to sell tomorrow for $200 and do that all day long. That's just not how it works on most cases, on most things. If you found that niche, keep it to yourself, but just let me know, like Mike Painter did with those bears. But
Yeah, let me know after the fact.
But no, before the fact, I want in on that. However, what Adam's doing is he's found something that works for him. He's filling his wagon with them. There's a little process, there's a little barrier to entry, a little work to get up to speed.
It takes time.
But he's going to put that on the cart for $200 or $300 or whatever, and then he's willing to wait, 6 months to a year to maybe even several years to get that return. But if you can turn that $12 into $200,
6 times.
6 times, and in the meantime, you're filling the wagon with other stuff, so we have sales happening. I think that's a lot of things people kind of get discouraged about is they'll, put 10, 15 things on eBay, and maybe a couple things sell kind of fast.
Yeah.
And then you kill a couple more, and some things don't. This is a get-rich-slow scheme. I've said that. We go back to one of the earlier episodes. You put it on, and you gotta wait. Some things there's just one guy out there, or hopefully in Adam's case, there's 20 guys out there that become big Vince Carter fans here in the next 5-6 years. Remember when he was a rookie up there on the Raptors and see a highlight of that dunk contest and say, I want that rookie card.
I need that rookie card.
Or they do some special or something like that. It's the same with the things that we have. Maybe it's some of your fashion. Maybe it's not in style right now, but you're hoping 2-3 years from now it comes back and the guys are going to pay $40 for that blazer or whatever.
Or $175 for a pair of jeans that have a lot of rips and holes in it.
I mean, you just got to be thinking that way. You don't want to be the guy that's chasing the dangling carrot, and every time the wind blows, it changes, and you just have a bunch of junk in the wagon.
Yeah, you learn. That's what I've done. Is I've learned. I've made it fun and enjoyable, but now also making money at it to say this is really out. Like I said, I'm 100% convinced. If you take the time, if you learn how to do things, because it's not just as easy as finding one item and selling it, because you have to be diverse, you have to be able to adapt to the market. And Derek's found several things. He has his bread and butter with any of his wrestling memorabilia, but He knows a lot of these food bolos. He's got some clothing, Care Bears, purses. It depends on what you like. And if you don't like Care Bears or purses or don't like that, that dollar amount, then don't do it. Find something else. And you could be that, that prom queen selling Poshmark and, don't be the girl out back smoking on Macari.
Or, I've been selling on Macari. I kind of like hanging out in the parking lot with them sometimes. It's all right, but figure out what works for you. And like I'm saying, don't just have 2 of one item or 100 of one thing. You got to diversify it out.
It sounds like what I do in the stock market.
Yeah, diversify it out, and you want to have just a plethora for people to come purchase from. If you go into Walmart and they got 100 Apple iPhone chargers and nothing else on the shelves, you don't need a charger today.
No.
You're not going back to Walmart for weeks or months, if ever. But if you go there and they have a variety of everything you're after, the next time you need something, you think, oh yeah, I'll go shop there. Same with eBay, same with your stores, right? If I only had Hulk Hogan items, it might go well. You can specify just Hulk Hogan things. However, I sold another shirt today at D-Roy Everett. I need some followers. So if you want to come see, $125 for a wrestling t-shirt.
Wow.
Sold today. It wasn't Hulk Hogan. And if I didn't have it, and I've held on to it for over a year, where most people would say, cut your bait, just sell it for $20, get rid of it, keep flowing.
No.
I know that this thing was valuable. I knew what I had, and I'm just waiting for that one guy who happened to be a guy from Canada, I believe, that came over and said, I want that shirt. It's $125. Here you are.
It's that Angus MacGyver phenomenon.
So it's just that thing, and I'd say to have a successful, good eBay store up and running, you need to get to where you have somewhere between probably 600 and 1,000 items, somewhere in that range. That's where you start to turn and sell every day.
Yep.
And you can start making, a couple, $200, $300, $400 a week, depending on what you have in your margins. That's another thing with my cards that I've been doing pretty much all Sunday and all yesterday. I was putting cards up on eBay of just going through the stuff I've been neglecting and not getting to. And these are some of my PSA 8s and 9s, not my 10s or prestige cards. But I was looking at my population, and a lot of these were population 1, meaning I have the only one graded.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3. Really low, most under 10. Well, instead of putting them up for $20 or $40, I thought, no, I'm going to put it up for $140, $120. And if somebody wants to make me an offer, I'll entertain offers. But if one person is looking for this one card and I'm the only one that has it, why am I going to sell it for $30 when I could sell it for $130? Because this person wants the card. They're probably going to pay whatever the asking price is, basically. So I'm just, costing myself hundreds of dollars is what I'm thinking. It takes the same amount of time to list it.
That's what I was
the same amount of time to research it.
You're reading my mind.
So why not? So don't cut yourself short. And I know not everyone's selling, cards, but it might be the same thing if you have the only designer, pair of pants or we get a little specific in what we do. But know your price and don't necessarily cut yourself short. You have to be competitive with your market. So if there are a lot of people selling that same item, but don't be afraid to price your stuff just a little more expensive. Be a little more of that prom queen. But then you have to deliver the service. You have to have good shipping. You have to have fast turnaround times. Package it well. Do all this stuff. Go the extra mile. But you'll have those return customers.
You'll get people buying. So, man, we've hit a good first half. Let's take a break.
Okay. Adam, if we've learned anything the last couple months, it's that we've been paying too much for things. People are looking to save money. That's where our friends over at Visible Mobile come in. People are paying crazy amounts for cell phone service, and they just realized how much money is going out that door. Go over and check out visiblemobile.com. Look at their plans. Look at what they have to offer. If you like it, remember it was us at DeathPiles and Taxes that sent you. You're going to want to use our promo code BVWVQ. They got specials all day long. Just go see what they have, and if it works for you.
Well, great. It's because I have a cell phone and I need to pay less money. There's a reason we call this the DeathPiles and Taxes podcast.
Well, why do we call that, Adam?
Because for the rest of your life, and even the year that you die, you have to file your taxes.
Well, I got a guy that does that for me.
That's right, because here at Adam Up Accounting, that's what we do. We take care of taxes. We're very familiar with online retailers. Even if you're listening because you enjoy the sultry sounds of Derek Everett, we will take care of your taxes. Check us out online, adamupaccounting.com. the social medias. We will help make sure that you file your taxes timely and enjoy the process. Bringing it in for the second half, Mr. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Ahoy, hoy. I don't know. Adam, here's what's going on. So we go to a break, and we take a little bit of a break, and I'm doing my research and looking on things, and this is what I'm talking about with Bolos that I can't share fast enough. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Crocs.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Are they serving up crocodile again at KFC?
You know the shoes, the Crocs.
Oh, like those.
All the cool kids wear.
Those boat shoes, right?
I have me a pair of leather Crocs.
Leather.
I can't even
Crocs?
say it. Leather Crocs because I'm fancy like that.
You are fancy.
Well, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the KFC has a Croc
The Colonel?
that went on sale this morning. Already sold out, going for hundreds of dollars already on eBay.
What?
So we missed it.
We missed the Captain Colonel Crocs?
And that's why I'm saying I can't keep up with it fast enough to even share on the podcast.
I still remember the KFC Bolo you gave us last Christmas, and that was the special holiday log.
How many of them did you end up with?
I did not end up with any, but I think I need to get one because now we'll do an outdoor fire with the family every once in a while, and that would sure be a good smell.
I know they did a candle. I remember they did some sort of a house type candle. So if you see something going from Kentucky Fried Chicken, apparently move on that.
Anything Kentucky Fried Chicken, allegedly.
Allegedly, if you can get you a pair of those Crocs for not too much, you find them out there in the wild, flip them. Okay. Well, let me see. I explained my eBay bucks. I have to go down all this.
Go down the show notes. It's a nice hat you got there sitting on the table.
I know, thanks to Pelican. I came through some DeathPile and Taxes hats. I have a few extra. Maybe we can figure out a way to give some away to somebody at some point.
Get some swag out there. Well, while you're looking that up, apparently there's still a chance. If your store's not up to date, you better want to put some time into it because there might be a second stimulus money coming your way.
That's what I was hoping for.
There's allegedly this other potential money that might come your way. Again, where and when, we have not heard. That's one of the interesting rumors that we've heard. The other cool one, I think we might have mentioned it, but there's a potential of something called Explore America credit. Do you remember me telling you about this Explore America credit?
I do not.
So one of the things they're trying to figure out in this next financial package, whatever they're doing, the best part about my job is whatever is happening today, just like the Bolo, it's going to be different tomorrow. We don't know what they're going to
So
do.
by the time you hear this, it's different, but let's go with it.
Allegedly, we'll find out. But there is in the potential works of an Explore America $4,000 credit that you would get next year on your taxes that would be for visiting places in America. What I mean by that is travel expenses, so like flights, hotel rooms, even meals and entertainment. They're talking about being a part of that $4,000 credit. So they essentially want to pay you to go travel so that they can stimulate the economy to these small businesses. Because that's who's being hurt the most.
Do Las Vegas casinos count as any of that?
I would say yes, but I don't know yet. But that's
It's going to be a good Wendover football trip.
It will
It's
be.
all going to be a big write-off.
And I don't know if gambling dollar amounts will be allegedly on there or not.
No, my tax guy told me it was, so it's good. We're good. We're good.
This is a disclaimer. We do not know what this credit is.
Adam Beasley at Adam Up Accounting. Contact him yourself if you don't believe me.
But if that does come through, so make sure you watch for it. They call it Explore America Credit. You can literally go on vacation for free $99, and
That's
they
nice.
will reimburse you for all of your stuff come next tax time. That's a big one that I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with all this monopoly money, but all I'm saying right now is if you can grab it, go grab it.
And with the first stimulus check, for those of you that are kind of new to resale and getting into it, we had a boom. Usually the summer's the dead time.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really happened. It's slowed down, but it's definitely not the summer slowdowns that we're used to. So with that coming into the holiday season coming up, everyone says you're crazy because it's July, but the holiday season, if you're not preparing and getting ready for that, you're going to be caught with your pants down. I heard a man on the national radio, my boy Clark Howard.
I thought you were going to say Howard Stern.
Well, no. my boy Clark Howard said the same thing that I've been saying is it's projected. Now this is national people saying this, not just Derek of DeathPiles and Taxes.
It's because you're an international.
I'm international.
You're all over the place.
But it's projected that this is going to be the biggest online holiday season. So from about November, usually to about February, that it's going to be predicted to be just record-setting, off the charts, off the chain.
So we're telling you right now, we'll mark it, earmark this. It will be a hot winter time to be selling. Fill that wagon, get those dollars.
Get that stuff ready.
Get it ready.
You got that death pile sitting there. You're thinking, I'm going to get to it. No, get to it now, because
You can't sell it.
if another stimulus check comes, or if somebody's just like, hey, this might be Granny's last Christmas, or this last time the family's getting together for a while because we haven't seen each other, people are going to go overboard. They've been bored, haven't been able to see each other. Think of things that people might be doing, because we're probably still going to be under some sort of quarantine. So think of your puzzles, think of your games.
And board games.
Just think of go outside the box and figure this out. There's going to be a hot item that you can figure out and you can make tens of thousands in the next 4 or 5 months.
That's an absolute true point. I mean, you could make money doing this. Man, I always hate the death pile part of this, because there's always a death part of the show that we do. We're very real. People die every week. Unfortunately, we had another loss in the Extreme Modus family. We had just barely had a customer contact us maybe 3 months ago, wanted a chair. We sent it out to him. Unfortunately, because of the COVID, it was a little slower than we normally like to be, but we just found out today that his wife, whom he purchased the chair for, they were able to use it for about a week, and she just passed away from MLS. So,
that's a shame.
both her and her husband both still served in the military, and again, we don't pounce on it, but it is a part of life. Death it's just going to happen to all of us. And enjoy the time that you have. Spend that good time with your family, your friends. Do something enjoyable so that you're living life to the fullest.
I thought you were going to bring up our buddy Regis.
We could bring up Regis Philbin.
Regis passed away. Regis ties. Do you remember the Regis tie being a big deal?
I have a Regis tie.
You better get that listed. Oh, opportunity's calling at him. You better answer
Is
it.
that Regis himself?
If it's Regis himself, you got some problems. But
That's true.
back in the probably early 2000s,
Early 2000s.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was a big deal. It was on every night on the TV.
It was. I want to say it was like, maybe January. We had there was a dance at Snow College, and I went to this winter ball, and I got all snazzed up. I got me a new tie, and it was a Regis Philbin all silver tie. Man, it looked good.
Yeah, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? He had these kind of almost metallic, but they were straight,
Yep, that's what it was.
straight ties,
Yeah.
and they were very popular there for a little while. Probably 2-3 years. If you're me, probably 5 to 6 years. I don't know. But right now, because he's in the news, he's passed away. People, that brings it back to their memory. If you have a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type game with him on it,
Any kind of
that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what happens when celebrities pass away. Some people think it's disgusting and taken advantage of. I like to see it as a memory of. I got my Johnny Cash stuff, my George Jones, my Merle Haggard. I have that kind of stuff because you enjoy these people. It brings back good memories.
You want to remember the good times that you had with those.
If you happen to run into Regis on the subway and he signs something for you, now's the time to move on that. So it's something to be aware of. It sucks. No one likes people passing away. No one likes that part of life. However, you got two options at that point. You can just fold up and give up, or you can kind of move on or find some opportunity to make life better for you and the people that were important to those people. Usually that comes with buying and selling their stuff, and that's where we're at. If you're an online seller, you're probably familiar with it.
Regis Philbin, thank you for all you did. Apparently he had the world record for the most hours on television. So on television for like 17,000 hours. The Guinness Book of World Records, the man was always on TV.
He was always going. I need to bring up something else. Last week we were talking about teachers selling their lesson plans.
Yeah, I had a client who she did quite well doing that this past.
And we were saying, where do you do it? How does that happen? Well, of course, friend of the show, Pelican, he pretty much has his own spin-off show going, the from where I sit. He, well, I guess I'm going to expose him. Everyone knows it's the worst kept secret anyways. He's a teacher, believe that or not, folks, now listening. I'm not going to say where he's teaching or whatever, but he said that there's a website called teachers2teachers.com. Now, I put this in the internet search. I looked it up so you don't have to, because coming from Pelican,
You never know.
I was afraid it might be, not safe for work or who knows what. Or it might be some scam site, maybe somebody over, some other country trying to get my social security. You never know.
Remind me of that.
It ended up to be legit. And what it is now this is teachers selling lessons plans to teachers. And I'm thinking, I just thought right now though, do you have to be a teacher, or can I make lesson plans and sell them to teachers?
That's a great idea.
So a lot of people are going to be doing homeschooling this year, or some sort of a hybrid, like they're in school a little bit, they're home a little bit. Anyways, parents are going to have to step it up and teach the kids, or you're going to get behind.
So the reason we're saying this is I had a client who did this last year. She made lessons plans. She sold them online, and she made more doing that than she did as an actual educator. So
teachers2teachers.com is one place where you can do it.
thank you. They're sponsoring this hour. We'll appreciate. We'll look for that check.
Well, thanks Pelican for telling us. I mean, you can try it other places, but being a teacher, I'm guessing that he may have made a few purchases there. I don't know.
Or he might be making some money. I do his taxes, and he does have questionable income. I don't ask all the time.
That's why we like you.
I don't ask. I know he has lots and lots of umpiring that he does.
And doesn't ask, we don't tell.
That's right. So you said something funny, and I wanted to bring this funny story up. The problem is now with the cell phone, you get so many scam calls. I mean, constant scam calls. Like I got a call this morning saying my car's warranty was up. I always get calls asking if I need money, if I need capital.
Sure.
Because like I said, we've got several businesses and different loans and things. But I had a guy call me. Well, it was a recorded thing, and it says, "Well, stay on the line. There was an issue with your social security number." I'm like, "Oh boy, this is gonna be fun." So I waited on hold and I pushed the button, and then this guy gets on saying, "Oh, here's what was going. I just need your name." I'm like, "Well, you're the one that called me. How do you not have my name?" "Well, we're from this and this, so and so. This is what I need." And I'm like, "Oh, great. Well, where are you calling from?" "Texas." "Great. What city in Texas?" "El Paso." "Okay, great. What county are you in, sir?" Click. He hung up on me.
What I like to do in that situation is I go, "Hello," and they ask my name. "Don."
Don who?
"Donald.
Donald.
Donald. This is Donald Trump. I'm very busy. I'm very important." And they go, "Where do you live?" 1500 Pennsylvania or 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, or Trump Towers, New York City. And they keep going. That's the thing. I used to do it as Ronald Reagan, and I'd never catch on. And now I'll do the Donald. And I mean, a lot of these places are calling from way deep foreign countries. I don't know. I know the impression's not that good, but when you say your name's Donald J. Trump and you live in New York City at the Trump Towers or at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, which every person learned is the address to the White House, and no flags or whistles are going off, and they're not disconnecting the call, and then they're like, what's your phone number? What's your, they're trying to get the social themselves.
Yes.
Or the credit card number. "I got lots of credit cards. Which credit card would you like me to have? I have the Donald J. Gold Signature Series line. Is that what you're interested in? It's a great card. I should sell you a few. What was your name? Omar? Omar, I like that name. Let me tell you." And they'll just keep talking, man. I've had a similar process, but God bless them for trying to make a buck, but they could do a lot better just selling their stuff online.
That is a true statement.
They get a lot more success.
You got that impression is kind of weak. When President Trump does join us, I'd like you to maybe try that.
I don't think he's ever joined us again, but we can try.
It kind of depends. I will.
You're just lucky you got it out on this day.
I will let you know that we've got a special snidbit of something White House related that I've done. We're sending it to Virginia as we speak. We will let you know next week how it goes.
Well, I'm on pins and or needles.
100% bipartisan. That's what we were talking about, whether it's Dr. Fauci, whatever. If you don't have an issue, we're doing something with the wheelchairs that I'm feeling really, really good about.
And that's where, sorry to get the bipartisan again, I've sold Barack Obama shirts and things for years. I've sold Donald Trump. If I can find a Trump tie or shirt or whatever, board game, I sell them. Now, not getting politics which side you're on or the other, but green is green.
Yes.
And don't be so stupid that you're not going to sell Donald Trump stuff because you hate him or Obama stuff because you hate him if you're turning down $100 bills over that. That's just cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Because Walmart sure doesn't do it. Like
Even if you take it and give it to the opposite guy's campaign, whoever you're for, whatever, but don't be stupid. And we're back.
And Derek just said some things that he had to edit, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, I know why.
Okay.
He's woke on certain issues, but other ones he's not.
Maybe we'll have a. So this is why when you want to do this YouTube show that we'd be recording all that'd be in there. People would know what just went down, and I don't know if we can do that or
Well,
not.
we just have to change the parameters for the YouTube show than the regular podcast.
It's certain. Maybe if they're paying a subscription rate to see behind the walls of what we really
Hey,
say.
a lot of those places, they charge 99 cents a month. I mean, hey, you know, money's money. You just said it.
Money's money. If you want to pay to see what we have to say that gets taken out of the show, it's exciting about once every 4 months.
And it's well worth it at that point. Well worth it.
I have another eBay question. We're coming eBay heavy, which is what we should do on this podcast.
All right, what do you got? What kind of question do you have for me?
So, I had a guy reach out, and he's a seller, but he's kind of new to selling. And so he sold an item, or had an offer on an item for $150. However, the person that was buying it from him had the
Not a lot of reviews?
no, he had a lot of reviews. He sent him in the offer thing. Hey, will you please take my offer? My phone number is this number. Text that to me.
Don't do that.
Here's my my address is in Texas, but I'm in
Red flag.
I'm in I think he was in England or somewhere. That's what I said too right off the bat. I'm like, that's some red flag. Guy's just trying to scam you. Just block him and move on.
Yeah.
However, I did see that he actually sent an offer, so I just wanted to throw this out there for people because we got a lot of new listeners. We got a lot of old seasoned vets, but
New sellers.
if anyone ever wants to take you off of eBay or transact through a different party than eBay, one, that's against eBay policy. If eBay catches up to you, and they probably will because they have robots that are looking for that kind of stuff.
I've got a client, that's all he does for eBay.
They're going to find it and they're going to boot you. They're not going to, they might boot the guy that's buying from you, but it's going to cost you your store, everything that you've listed, and you can't sell on eBay. Or you'll probably get a warning or something first, but you don't want to be on that parole. You don't want to be only able to list 10 items or whatever on that watch list. So you don't want to take any transactions off eBay. A lot of people are mad because eBay's fee-bay. Hey, they got the website, they got the domain, you're on there.
They do a lot.
They're putting your stuff out for the world and they're taking a cut for it. If you want to do it your own self, we talked about that with some of this other stuff, you're welcome to do it.
And there are unique instances, because not everybody who sells on eBay only sells on eBay. Some people have their own website.
Sure.
Some people have their own actual store. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I got an item, I ordered some cards, and when it came in the mail, on the return address thing, it had listed their website.
Which is smart.
Which they're hoping that I leave the platform, which we purchased it on, and go directly to their website, which for them is
That's
totally
smart.
legal.
Totally legal. A way to do it. I've started putting in my feedbacks. I have my automatic feedback, and I thought, why am I not utilizing this? I used to just have thanks A+ seller or whatever. Now if you buy from me, it says thanks A+ seller, champion of eBay, whatever, from DeathPiles and Taxes podcast.
I have like that, and
So every time that gets sent out, somebody's checking their account. Hopefully they see DeathPiles and Taxes podcast. What's that? And give us a listen.
Yeah.
If you're listening to us because of that, let me know.
on a lot of your items now that you're putting on the Facebook Marketplace, which I'll do the same thing, it has the logo of our DeathPiles.
Yep, yep.
And you're selling a brand, and whether that's your brand on one or two things on eBay, if you're getting into this full time, and we follow a lot of different people getting into the game. You're selling yourself, not only because you're selling your expertise, you're selling your knowledge of things, and that's why Derek has such a good understanding of cards. Same thing with Michael Benjamin. Like, you get in, you know what you're doing, and you try and find something that you can do better than most other people, and that's where you'll make money.
So going back to the post, I saw it and looked back at it. I said, you know what? If you accept the offer for $150, legally they should be buying it from you. But before that, I'd say give me the address through eBay messages or change your PayPal address to wherever you want it shipped before you purchase. That way it's all documented. They're probably going to scam it out and leave or whatever at that point. But if they're serious,
They'll do it.
They'll do it. And you can make the $150. But if anyone's trying to get you to go off eBay or do something, they're probably going to try to steal your money.
Yep.
I mean, that or they think they're going to have you to where they can say, oh, I mean, it's one of those things where people know the system they're breaking in, and then they'll say, well, if you don't give me it for this price, I'll turn you into eBay, and they'll ruin your account and threaten you. And ain't nobody got time for that, Adam.
No, they do not.
So when you're out there, especially when you're new or starting, or maybe you're just selling a couple things here and there to clear out the garage and stuff, $150 is nothing to shake a dirty rag at.
And from what I saw, you made $175 from a Ken Griffey card.
I did.
You just randomly bought for, what do we figure, what it cost you?
I mean, it wasn't much. So what happened is, if you listen to one of the early, like when we were first getting into cards, there was over at the park here, we have a Onion Days celebration. And Adam said, hey, this guy's going out of business. He's got a bunch of cards. Why don't you come over and see what's up? So we went over there, and the guy was kind of crotchety, and he was done.
He was done.
He was done. So I went through and I said, well, I know Michael Jordan and Ken Griffey Jr. always do well for me. Some of the bigger names you can't really miss, So I was able to do a bulk deal where I bought, I don't know, it was quite a few cards from that guy.
Get quite a few cards.
And I think I paid $50 for it was
a fat stack.
It was a fat stack.
It was probably 50 cards, so a buck a card.
Yeah, a buck a card. I got them graded, and that's one of those same things. This was kind of a promotional type card.
Yeah.
I think there was 3. The population report was 3 that exist in the world, and this is what I was saying with some of my other cards I'm doing now. I could have put it up for $40.
And sold it fast.
$20 or $100. I think I had it up for $250 actually. And this guy came through with an offer and said, "Will you take $175?" And I said, "Sure enough, buddy. Before you can even change your mind, that's accepted." And so I was probably into it $1, and then to get graded 10, 11, 12 bucks
Plus shipping.
Yeah.
You're maybe 20, 25 bucks.
And was able to turn that into a $100 bill.
Clean 150.
150. So that's the kind of thing. I mean, that doesn't happen every day. But in the meantime, I got a whole bunch of Ken Griffey's that I've been looking at. I've been buying. I've been sending some more in. I've been trying to find some more of these promotional gold whatevers. And that's the thing. And whatever you're selling, like Adam's saying, be the expert in it. Know how much it is. Know how much it costs. Know how much you can pick it up for. You're just trying to learn that.
And we're getting close to the end. I want to go into one other specific thing. Do you have something else you want to hit?
No, you're good. You're good.
So one other kind of thing is you said that, and I've tried to learn over the years. I mean, I'm 38. I've done accounting for a long time. And one thing I've really been able to figure out over here in the last couple of years, and this applies to anything in your life, I mean, the ability to say no. And what I mean by that is there's only so many hours in a day that you can do things. And I've done this for a long time, and yes, I want to continue to learn things, but you have to be able to learn things at the price that you can. What I mean by that is I used to take on other work that I could make a couple $100s at and do some things, but now I turn a lot of things away because I realize that's not my specialty. I could make more money doing something else and give this customer the time and what they need, the expertise. It's not me. I could figure it out, but they do not have the time or the ability to pay me what it would cost to do that kind of thing. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is getting into your expertise. Now, whether it's selling something online or if it's your, if this is your full-time gig, then spend the time on it. Or if it's your, your other job, your other ability is take the time to learn something and then value your time and make sure you focus on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we kind of talked about it earlier. As far as to list something on eBay right now, obviously things cost different things, but it takes the same time to list something for $10, take the pictures, write a description, and put it up for $10, as it does something that's $1,000.
Yep.
Now, it's a lot easier to find things worth $10 than things that are worth $1,000. That's where the work comes in. But there's somewhere in the middle there where you can find whatever that is, whatever your price is, your price point. Figure how much time it takes you to list. Some people are faster than others. Figure out how much you're actually making in that hour, or however you want to break it down, that session. And make it enjoyable.
Yep.
And figure out what your time is worth, and stop going after maybe the low-hanging fruit, especially once you got a hang of it. when you're starting out, you're just listing stuff, you're learning the process. Once you've figured it out, and you'll know when that is, start to say, okay, where's maybe not even my niche, but where's my area of expertise or place I want to grow? What do I enjoy doing? Some people do Disney stuff all day long. I cannot sell Disney. I just can't. It's nothing personal, nothing I have against it, but I've tried. And I've bought shirts. I just don't get the right stuff. I have the, Darth Vader with mouse ears fighting Mickey Mouse with lightsabers. Thought that was cool. Guess it's not.
It's because they listen to the podcast. Maybe, and they know you don't know what Star Wars is.
Maybe my prices are too high. I don't know. But some people can do that all day long. Whereas me doing my pro wrestling stuff, some people, that would just be the worst thing. That would be like the 10th degree of hell to some people. But to me, I get it. I get it. And same with you with your cards, right? You're starting to do kind of your local college sports. Yep. Some people can't wait for the fall to come for college football. Other people just hate it. Yep. And so it's
all about finding your passion.
Find what your passion is, and then learn how to make money at that. And then don't sell yourself short. Don't put the card up for $35 when you can do it for $145. And the same person that you're waiting to come is going to pay $35 or $145. Yep. The problem is knowing what the guy will pay. I guess that's the problem, and that's what you got to figure out, and that's why we're here.
Find it out, and whether it's on eBay or Macari on Facebook Marketplace, or if it's starting your own online store. I mean, that's what this is all about. And we're here on that same journey with you because we're both doing it. Derek is the eBay champion. I mean, he's done this for several years since the beginning. I mean, it's been longer than 10 plus years.
And this is one of the hotter years, like money wise and sales wise. It really is. This is a good time to get into it. Last year was a little slow. Yeah. It was good for learning, but right now the iron is hot and people are just giving money away.
Is this going to be your all-time best year?
I sure hope so. I mean, it's trending that way.
And we're not just talking a couple hundreds of dollars. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars that he's selling online.
And especially, so a lot of the stuff, and we'll get into this in some other episode, I keep saying we'll get into drop shipping. When I started, I was doing a lot of drop shipping, and summarize it really fast means I was going to places and I was paying for the item and I was marking it up, maybe $100.
Yeah.
So even though those numbers look great, the actual numbers, I was making a few hundred when it looked like a few thousand. Yep. Right now, I've kind of turned that into the opposite, to where I'm hopefully paying, $10, $20, and I'm selling those items for a few $100 or $40 or $50.
It kind of all depends. So let's take this week, go enjoy it with your family, realize life is short, make sure that you live it to the fullest, and go find some things and sell it on eBay.
Fill that wagon, because here in a few months, you're going to be wishing that you had.
Granny said fill the wagon because there are two things in life that are certain.
That would be DeathPiles and taxes.